As ever, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Support your Hobbit hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming.
There's the Freddos. Oh, look at that! What? What? You alright? What?
Nothing.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, this is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really nice ability to get all those. So 58
Freddos. What are we going to do,
we
though?
ate two.
We started with 60.
Yeah.
Yeah. 58 Freddos.
Yeah.
What are we going to do, though? This will last us a while.
Yeah, we can get quite a lot out of these, I'm sure. We could, if people get the trivia right, we can give them a Freddo.
Oh, we'll give them away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could have like a best commenter of the week can get a Freddo.
Give us Freddo.
Yeah.
So that's like 3 a week.
Yeah, it'll still last a while.
Yeah. I suppose.
What about at the tournament?
What about the tournament?
Can we use them as prizes? Don't know.
For who?
Runner up.
Well, it's better than the runner-up prize we've got.
First place prize?
It's better than the first prize we've got at the moment. You want to give them away at the tournament as well?
Could do. Could do. I'm pretty sure we can get a lot out of them anyway.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. We could have one now though, couldn't we?
Yeah, we can have another one.
We'll probably want some tea with it, won't we?
Yeah, obviously.
It's not going to go down nicely just on its own. And I'll make the tea?
Yeah, you make tea.
Okay.
I'll just look after the Freddo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we can have another one, can't we? Just one more.
For the love of...
I'm not even sorry.
Did you eat all of them?
I saved you one. Alright?
Yeah.
Welcome, Strategy Battle Games, to another GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your host, GBHL Damien.
And GBHL Tom.
And we are here with episode 21 of
The Palantir.
Oh yes?
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Back again.
Back for consecutive weeks.
Consecutive weeks.
Brilliant.
Which, you haven't gone to America this time?
Nope.
Well done.
But the Tito's did.
The Tito's went to America.
Yeah.
International Tito's. The first time, I think, it's crossed these waters. So, it was from Shadow and Flame.
Yep.
To Mr. Randy Blood.
Yes. And he has now passed it on.
He has passed it on, so thank you very much, Randy.
He does watch the show.
He does watch the show. Fantastic.
Of course he watches
Maybe
the
he watched
show.
the one. I bet they tipped him off. I don't know.
If you get the Tito's, you
hi,
can
Randy.
watch the show. Yeah, hi, Randy.
And he passed it on to
Scott Bowman.
Scott Bowman. Blinky.
Yeah, Bowman.
I don't know. He's English originally.
Okay.
So is that, I don't know if that makes it easier.
But he's based about as far away as you can get.
He's based in the middle of Middle Earth.
Yeah, in New Zealand.
Indeed, in New Zealand. So Scott, here's to you. Scott of Scott's Wargaming blog.
Yeah, it's a cool blog.
It's a brilliant blog. Very, very inspirational. When I first got into the hobby, back into the hobby a few years ago, that was one of the first sites I found. And he had some fantastic terrain. I remember the terrain being the thing that he was that I found really, really.
Yeah, he does a lot
cool.
of things. He's a really good painter as well. His riders, his Royal Guard were really good.
Yeah.
He's got some Hobbit models. It's quite nice the way he does it. He has he'll have like production shots of the characters that he's used as colour references.
He also it's him that recently built the Tool Dwaradelf, wasn't it? The full staircase thing, which is just incredible. So If you haven't been on there already, go and check it out because it's really cool. And he's a bit of like butterfly with it. They call it hobby butterfly. When I think he went off Lord of the Rings a couple of years ago for about a year.
There's more. It's not just Middle Earth models.
He was doing Flames of War, but then I think it was the Hobbit films going back into it and stuff. And I think he got a bit disillusioned, as we all have with GW pricing. Yeah. But please go and check out his blog. It is amazing.
Yeah, it's just scotswarmgaming.blogspot.co.nz. Google will find it.
Indeed. And he is on the Facebook page, I know now.
Yes.
So here's to you, Scott. We hope you enjoy your tea, and don't forget to pass that on.
Yes.
Very important that you do that. As ever, here on the Palantir, everything we're about to chat about is merely our opinions and our own viewpoints, and do not represent the views of the GBHL League or the GBHL podcast page,
just
Facebook page, or any other organised institution,
including
such as
Flake,
Cadbury.
Sorry,
that is a beautiful segue, saving me from moving away from the tea to our mug review.
For the same mug.
It's going to last seconds. Oh, look, dual mug. This was a problem earlier. I made my cup of tea. We got Tom's cup out, and oh no, same mug. Disaster. It's an Easter egg mug.
Yeah.
Tom, you bought a new mug.
Sophie Engel said, "How could I not bring the new mug last time?"
Oh, you did. Oh, of course, because you bought it in the States, but then you forgot to bring it last time.
He then said that he or she, it could be he or she, can't wait for the next issue
episode. And here we are. So Tom,
where's the mug?
Where's the mug?
At home.
Forgot the mug.
I took it out to show my parents at the weekend, and then it.
I'm sorry, you do this like elsewhere. You do mug review. Hi, Mum.
I don't know how to act socially, so I just do stuff that I do in the Palantir mug review. Trivia question. It's like a way to get through talking to people. It's like checklist.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Musical segment.
That's how you picked up Lily, wasn't it? In the first time we first met. Have you seen my mug? It was excellent. And now perhaps you'd like me to discuss whether or not you should convert your models with axes. She was like, Patty in your horrible hands.
Only joking a little bit here. So anyway, it's kind of a segue into the trivia.
A trivia section.
Yeah, thanks very much everyone for getting involved again. Lots of people were giving answers, or at least saying, I don't have a clue. Which
is that an answer? Does that count?
Well, it's
as we go into the trivia section, I think, because we didn't do it last week, we need to reiterate the rules of the trivia section, which are, you've just got to know it. No spoilers, as ever. You just got to know it. Like, you can't, I don't think anyone went away and Googled it, but there were definitely, I'm not having a go, but there were references to going away and looking things up. It's like, that's not cool. So we can we can all obviously do that. You can go away and, the appendix and the index is essentially just an old-fashioned Google.
Yeah.
But, you can go and find it, but it's got to be from memory, I think.
Okay.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, as if you're on a quiz show now.
Yeah, you're on a quiz show, so and it depends on the honesty of the Palantir viewers, but you've got to just write down your answers. Yeah. So, well done. We like that people went away and researched, but when you listen to it, you've got to go, right, what is it? And you've got to write down your answer.
Then you can go away and research.
Yeah, but you may not edit your post. The rules are there to control the fun.
What were the questions? I asked who or what or were Narchost and Carchost, and some of you knew and some of you didn't. That's probably the way with most
classic life
quizzes. But they are the Towers of Teeth, which are the towers at the Barrow Gate.
How exciting. And they're never named in the films.
No.
And not particularly commonly mentioned in the book.
No, they are mentioned in the book in one part, and I can't remember who it was, someone was reading that passage. As in this week, they were in that
reading it.
Tom, I've just talked about this. He was like, I would not have had a clue otherwise.
Perfect, well done.
But yeah.
Cool, so did anyone get it right?
Yes. I would say about a third of people got it right who answered.
You don't know who they are?
No, I didn't bother writing down who they were.
Every week, in some way or the other, you manage to mess up the trivia.
It's you should
the Towers of the Teeth.
You should know.
That. More than one person knew that was the Towers of the Teeth.
Yeah.
Well done, Palantir.
Viewers who have answered that will know that they've answered that. They don't need their name called out.
No, they do. That's exactly what you need. Is a winner.
But more
you
people,
need
if it's just one person, we need to make it a hard enough question so only one person gets it. Then we can say only this person got it.
Okay, fair
enough. Maybe next week I'll bother writing your names.
I think probably you should. I think the Palantir.
Well, did you write the names of whoever got yours right?
You do the review.
Well, you should have put more effort in.
So my question was, how many children does Aragorn have?
Now, is this a good question?
Is it a good question?
Yeah.
Perhaps not, because it's a trick question. Because it's never made clear. Because he has one son who's called?
Aragorn.
Aragorn's son.
Ara newborn.
It's called Eldarion.
Okay.
And he has several daughters, and I believe that's all that's ever actually
several
specified.
So
several.
You have to say specifically several.
Yeah, the correct answer is several, not a few or some.
Not
but obviously we're joking, and quite a lot of people got that.
Yeah, lots of people said one boy and two girls.
I think a lot of people knew he had a son called Eldarion, right? He's got a son, and hasn't he got a few daughters? There's a couple of daughters, and that's exactly what there are.
Yeah.
So I would read out the winners, but apparently Tom didn't deem it necessary information.
No,
so well done to everyone, got that right. We're going to look into this. I'm going to have a word with the
we've got to think of a question for this week.
I've already got one.
Oh no.
You've not got a trivia question?
I will in a minute.
Do you see? Right, we're going to... You need to be putting more effort into the trivia. That's what the guys want. My trivia question, which I prepared for you.
Lovingly prepared.
What or who is Elendilmere? Oh, there you go. Yeah, what or who is Elendilmere? That's my question for the week.
That's nice.
Thanks. You've had 20 seconds. You got
it? No.
Do you want me to get the Tolkien companion? You can flick through it, stop on the page and ask who it is?
No.
Alright.
What weapon in the book were Easterlings carrying when they're seen or described?
So remember,
what hand weapon?
Absolutely. Remember, you've got to do that from memory, and throughout the next week, Tom will go and he'll look that up and find out what the answer is.
I know what the answer is.
You know what the answer is? Fair enough. Probably axes like a piercing strike, I would have thought.
Ooh. Just giving the answer away.
Have I?
Yeah.
That was a witty kind of riposte. That wasn't meant to be the answer.
Yeah, you gave the answer. Could have been a double bluff.
Shall I mute it?
I could have left it.
Shall I mute it?
No. I'll get another question.
Get another question?
Yeah.
Quickly.
Maybe you just talk about something else.
How good my Middle Earth knowledge is. Even without thinking, the answers just pour out of my mouth.
Subconsciously get it.
I can't really go any further because we have to go into the comment review, which you lead the way.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Maybe we'll talk about some news, some tournament news.
Yes.
Yep.
Do you want to do that?
Yes, indeed.
I'll think of a question whilst you're
you do that.
banging on.
Bang on. You just stop me. Upcoming tournaments. We have just we haven't had any, I believe, since last week's episode. No. So the next one coming up is still going to be the East Rimstead one, which is in March. That is still sold out, funnily enough. And followed that by Stockport. So we're doing this every week, but there haven't been any. Oh, JT announced a new one.
Yes,
JT in,
I alluded to it last week.
Of Awkward Battles in Huddersfield has announced a new tournament. I believe he's called it the Road to Stockport.
Yes.
Because it's 2 weeks before Stockport or 1 week before Stockport. I've got like April the 11th in my head for some reason.
Okay.
But and the Stockport one's 26th.
Yeah.
So if you're in and around the Huddersfield area, it's not a GBHL event, is it? Does it award league points?
Yeah, it does.
It does.
It's 80 points.
It's an 80 point.
Yes.
So if you win it, you get 80 league points.
Yep.
But another one from JT.
And it's 450 points.
I didn't.
And escalating to 650 or 600.
One day.
Yeah, one day, but I think the final scenario will be escalation.
Cool. So if you fancy that, again, cool to see the kind of scene thriving and another event being added in that we weren't necessarily looking for.
Well, there was a convenient gap in April that there was room to fill, but I can probably say no because I will have posted this by now. I'm going to put a post up hopefully before this video which says that we're essentially full now for the year on Great British Hobbit League tournaments, as in all the ones that are in the schedule. There's 20 in all.
Amazing.
So that schedule's full, apart from the addition of Throne of Schools or any Games Workshop related ones.
You could really throw a spanner in the
Yeah, well
I
did. I'm going to send it to Nick again, but I sent to Nick Baton, like when we had 3/4 of the schedule, this is the schedule, just to let you know, you can do what you want, but you know, people will have to reorganise if you do put it on one of these days, and then I'll send him the full one and just be like, again, you know, do what you want with this, but
hopefully it'll slot in around it.
Yeah.
So yes, those are the upcoming ones, and after Stockport, and this is quite a big day for us.
Yes.
Is of course our doubles tournament,
yeah,
which is the end of May, 24th, 25th of May. And why we're mentioning it's a bit early, but why we're mentioning that is because today to you, today to us is Tuesday, today to you is Friday, and our tickets are now on sale, and our rules pack is online. We hope.
Yes.
I'll do my best not to publish this before 9ish, and I think we're going to try and put them on.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, we're not going to go through the rules pack now, but we have it.
Oh, you want it now?
That's all you're getting. Look at that. It's not online, that's what you got to look forward to. It's a bit judgy. But we have finished the rules pack, and it will hopefully be available for you to download. And just to let you know, the teams, the 24 team spaces have been reserved by people.
Yeah.
There is not now a free-for-all. Those teams have the chance to pay for those places. So if you're one of those 24, you don't need to panic. You can just send us the money over.
You've got 1 month to send us the payment.
We're going to hold those places for a month, and then after that, and the date is in the event pack, after that, if you haven't paid and we've chased you, we'll then open up those places for the reserve team.
So there's, and also note that if you are on the reserve list, or if you're not even on the reserve list, there are people on there who are name plus partner and don't necessarily have a partner, so we may end up having 2 people who need to find each other a partner and get added together as one, so that frees up a space.
Because we absolutely, there's no need to hide it now because it'll probably be up, but as you've probably seen, we need it to be...
You'll need it. Knew I'd get it in.
Ian McKellen as Gandalf as Bond. As Damien. We need it to be 24 teams.
Yes.
We can't have 23 because it is... we can say it now, can't we?
Yeah,
it's a cup. It's being played out as a kind of club. It's a mug. It's a cup. That's an unexpected Palantir gag. So it is running like a kind of group system, like the World Cup will at Christmas.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I know.
And then there'll be a knockout, like semi-finals, quarter-finals, and all that. So that's how it's running. So it does need to be divisible by 8.
Yes.
So please, if you are going to attend, you need to be sure, and if you want that spot, pay up, because we need that amount of teams. But we're very excited about it.
Yeah.
And we hope you like it.
We'll probably release a video at some point, maybe in a week or so, talking through the rules back, just because there's a reasonable amount to it. And whilst I think it's quite clear, it should be quite clear that this is an event driven by fun, so we don't really want a ton of rules questions, but you know, this could be our way of, instead of having a load of questions and having to come up with an FAQ, just saying what we mean, and then if you're bothered, then you can talk to us on the day. There's a lot
of cool fun stuff in there, but one of the strange things about fun is you need a lot of rules to control the fun.
Yes.
Well, there is the funnest thing, I think, takes a lot of explaining.
Yes.
And obviously the very nature of being a cup system, as opposed to a Swiss rank thing, actually takes a page or two to kind of explain how it's going to run. Yeah. So we've also tried to, in the style of SBG, lay it out quite pleasantly. So we hope you actually enjoy reading through it. Yeah. And please get in touch with us if you've got any questions. But that's our debut tournament. Yeah. So we hope to be confirming those places with people as you start playing.
Yeah, and we'll be kind of playing in it. There's going to be 3 in our doubles team.
Yeah, because we're cheating. Because we want to win.
Yeah.
And we're going to get 100 league points.
3 armies.
It's not 80 points, he's the league coordinator. We're going to smash this.
200 points.
200 league points
to the TOs.
Yeah, and then we're double, so that makes it 400. And then we win the league.
Yeah.
Never see it coming. Some of that is not true.
No. So that's the news.
No, you're not going to qualify that as that's true. But yeah, we have Lily, don't we?
Yes.
Lily is joining us, and so that'll allow
one of us to alternate each round. Yeah.
Do the whatever these guys do.
Well, either do the James and are you having a good time? Do you want a brew?
No, I'll be
Can someone make them a brew? That kind of thing. Or the Jamie
spreadsheet.
Yeah, spreadsheet rules.
It is quite weird how analogous we are. You are the quiet or short-spoken spreadsheet guy.
Yeah.
And I'm the gobby How you doing, Guy?
Sales.
Probably. We'll see what happens. It's exciting, and we're very excited.
Yes.
We hope you like it.
Question. Trivia
How are you
question.
going to feel about that? Oh, you got one?
Yes. Now, it's not one that you'll know from memory, it's more one you're probably going to have to guess at. Bear with me. He doesn't look impressed. The question is... What are you doing?
You don't guess. It's not...
That's the second time.
Because you got the questions are always so bad.
You're going to like this question.
Okay.
Which hero has the best points to might ratio in the game?
Okay, can you explain how they would work that out?
So you take the points cost.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Frodo
Yep.
is 60 points, whatever he is.
Mm-hmm.
And he has what, 2 might? So therefore he'd pay 30 points for each might point.
So who pays the least?
Pays the least.
On might?
Yes.
How do things such as Mighty Hero work?
They don't count.
So it's just numbers on
on the thing.
Okay. And do you know? Or is that a stupid question? You do know.
I do know.
So you have to... You can't go to your source books, you just have to sit and think and work it out.
Give a top 3.
Okay. Cool.
In order.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because you can you'd probably have a good feeling about what's going to do best. But don't look through your rule books.
Yeah.
You've got to just go for 3, and then you can, if you really want to, look through your rule books and try and find the best 3. Good luck.
I'll play this.
You'll play this.
Not now, obviously.
Okay, yeah.
But I'll have a think. That's a good question.
And I'm pretty sure that Larry Miller knows the answer.
Ah, okay.
So, but let's see if he gets all 3 without cheating.
No looking at your books.
Yes.
Cool. That's the end of the trivia section with a nice tournament section in the middle.
Yeah. Right. So, what did we talk about last week?
We talked about the skills that we wanted to see in extended edition for Battle of Five Armies.
Yes, and a lot of people commented on that and said what they thought about that. Larry, we've just been talking about him. He doesn't want Alfred to die.
Doesn't want him to die?
No. Do you know why? So that he'd be alive during the War of the Ring and therefore can be alive with Lord of the Rings armies and therefore be fluffy.
For fluff, yeah. Right, okay.
Well, at least he's not breaking
So not only does he not die in the film, but you maybe get an Alfred epilogue.
Yes.
Of him going and becoming Wormtongue.
Yeah, he's in the deleted scenes of the Fellowship.
Wormtongue's dad, isn't
yeah.
he?
I think, who was it who said
Someone
that?
said something like that, yeah.
It's Alfred Greener, yeah. He also wants to see Gloin give Gimli his helmet.
Big fan of that helmet.
Big fan of that
helmet.
Yep. Doom Bunny wants more Bayon. Good. More Eagles. And more Thomas Tariel, apparently.
Thomas Tariel. We all want more Thomas Tariel.
Yes.
More Bayon and Eagles, we agree with that?
Yeah.
But there's only so much the Eagles can do.
Yeah, but they look cool. I mean, at least have Radagast, not just whoop whoop.
You want Bayon to come in and pick up Thorin, spoilers. Yeah. But the thing is, the Eagles don't speak, so it's just.
But at least have a bit more of Radagast. Like, why bother putting him on one if you? Oh, it's that crazy guy. Yeah,
he's that crazy guy. Yeah.
There were quite a lot of comments about Bayon. Matt Rondeau said he should take the role of Legolas. Assumedly.
Not shooting arrows from the top of the tower to save Thorin.
In bear form.
Because he can take a bow.
He can take a bow. Not as a bear though. He'd have to transform back.
Shoot straight up.
And yeah, as in killing Bulk, I think it would have been more fitting.
Yes, because that's actually what happens in the book with Bulk.
Actually.
Although Bulk is kind of playing the Azog role. I agree with that. As much as I like the film, Legolas had no business killing Bulk in my eyes.
Talking of stupid looking scenes like Bayon shooting a bow, or Bayon the bear shooting a bow, David Whittaker asked if we'd like to see anything like Tauriel skateboard jumping over a troll whilst doing a trick and then shooting.
I would.
Like that.
I think it would be brilliant. James Baldwin would love that as well. He's a big fan of Legolas on a shield. He loves that bit. And all that sort of stuff. I quite like the slightly grounded elf acrobatics.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the shield. I don't mind Leggy jumping on the horse. I'm all up for that. And some of Tariel's running up wall stuff. I just don't like the...
Because someone could probably do that.
Yeah.
As opposed to it being...
Or it's believable enough that it just gives him that edge of super abilities. Like an elf kind of thing, without being insane.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff like the jumping on the rocks, defying gravity, and there's so many.
Yeah.
It's like 13 rocks or whatever that he does.
It's ridiculous.
Like you could get... if you did 3, you can kind of go, alright, well you defy gravity a bit, like an elf, but he just does it so long, and it's like, that's too much. And I do think there's a fine line there.
Yeah. Elliot Guest said he would like to see the coronation of Bard, not just Dane.
Yeah. Well, poor old Bard.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Some sort of rebuilding Adele.
JHR22 would like to see Battle Pigs. Just Dwarven Cavalry.
Yeah.
Could do with models.
Well, we think extended edition.
Yeah. Hopefully. So yeah, there were lots of comments on that, so thanks very much. Hope you enjoyed our ramblings on that one.
Oh, did we ramble?
We also did a musical segment.
Did we? That was good. We did our first music segment. Tonight it's a bit late.
Yeah, we're not going to do a music segment. So before you all cry out in anguish, we apologise. But what happened with our musical segment, Damien?
It went viral.
Well,
kind of.
One person commented.
One person got a cold. So what happened was we put it in the middle of the video, and Jamie Giblin, naughty boy that he is, extracted it from the Palantir and put it up on his own video, screaming, "I'm going to show Billy Boyd this, I'm going to show Billy Boyd this." And then he's a man of great integrity.
Yeah.
He showed Billy Boyd it, and he posted it to Billy Boyd as AKA Pippin.
Yeah, his Facebook
page. Posted it on there, and Billy Boyd replied with this screenshot.
I know, right? It's incredible.
Billy Boyd watched our song, probably.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the "you nailed it" bit was just as sarcastic as the song.
But thankfully, Jamie did also take the intro bit where we're very clearly not serious.
Yes.
And being a bit tongue-in-cheek. So I think, hopefully, Mr. William saw that. So he probably is subscribed to the channel by now. On the off chance. Cheers, Billy. That's what. But that is a bit cool.
That's cool.
The actual Billy Boyd.
I sent the screenshot to my sister, and she was like, "Wow, you've done something cool
for once in your life." Yeah. So cheers.
It's cool.
Yeah, Pippin is cool, and cheers for that, Jamie. Yeah. That is credit to the great Giblin.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, pretty cool. We'll have to get him on the sofa.
Yeah.
Do a bit of a Hedge of Night trio.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was some pretty cool excitement.
Yeah, that's good.
Billy Boyd saw our video.
He did. And we also got a comment from Acthon39. I think we said that we'd sell it for £1.98 on iTunes. And he worked out that we'd only need to sell 156 to be able to buy Smaug.
Brilliant.
So if 156 of you give £1.98
to
when
us,
it's on iTunes, of course.
Or just now.
And just send it.
Anyone who wants the song, if you pay us, was it £1.98?
Yeah.
We'll ring you and sing it down the phone.
Yeah.
And then you can record that and keep it.
Yeah.
That saves us on the
Or you could give us £1.73 and a Freddo.
So we need Freddos.
Yeah, we do need
a bit of a problem with the Freddos. What a shame. So yeah, thanks. That's a good maths. And yeah, it's nice now that any unit is always in how many of these will I need to get smelled. Whatever it is. But
yeah. Okay, so I think that's it from last week in terms of topics that we talked about. But we said we had a few little bits that people have picked up on. You had the new rules for Eowyn.
Oh yeah. Well, the idea for
people generally like that. Quite a lot of people said they like that.
Didn't Ian Marley say, "I'm nicking it"?
Yes. Yeah.
You're welcome to it. It's my gift to you. Go.
Yeah.
Plant it in a field and let it grow into a giant Eowyn tree.
Talking of planting things, that was a great segue.
Thanks.
We were asked about the acorn. I think we commented, "Where's the acorn?"
Where'd the acorn go?
Yeah. Someone asked whether that was the tree we're Bag End in Fellowship of the Ring?
No.
No.
No. No, it's not.
Okay.
Isn't it? No.
I don't think so.
I don't think you ever find out where that tree comes from, but that's there before The Hobbit.
Yeah. Yeah, so it can't be that one.
There's not I think, tree. No, what they might be thinking of is in the Scarron and the Shire in the book, when they come back and the Shire's all been taken over, the party tree gets cut down, and Sam plants some soil or something from Galadriel, a seed.
It is a Malon.
Is it an acorn? Sam's got something.
I think it's some sort of Malon.
It's her gift to him, isn't it?
It's one seed.
Is it seed?
Yeah.
And he plants that, and that regrows into the new party tree in the Shire. Maybe it's that the thing. But I don't think the tree above Bag End you ever actually find out. Maybe you guys know.
Yeah.
There's big old Tolkien nerds out there. If you know if that's the Bag End, but I think the taking an acorn from Beorn's, that's a film invention, isn't it? I don't think that's in the book. No, so I don't think it will become the tree. No. And you can probably go and watch An Unexpected Journey. Yeah. And the tree is there before he leaves. But it's a nice idea. Yeah. But who knows? Maybe he does plant it in the Shire in the film version. Maybe it goes somewhere. Yeah. Sure of
it. Ross Diggle made a comment on the Freddos. You said they taste better than dairy milk.
They do.
And he said that Freddos, animal bars, buttons, whatever, all taste better than dairy milk because the chocolate's thinner, therefore it reacts better with the oxygen and tastes better.
Is that true?
I've no idea.
You're a man of science. That's interesting. I'm willing to believe that. Is that fair enough? Thanks. It does taste better. Oh, you're troubled, aren't you?
Well, I don't know.
His Oxford brain's whirring away. That's interesting. Thanks, Ross.
Let's not get into it, though.
Maybe. They said they rambled last week, and out came the physics.
So, we talked about Legolas defying gravity, and we've talked about, this is
chocolate defying
chemistry railing.
Sorry. See how much fun it is? It's interesting how many of these conversations are now coming around to Freddos. Yeah. I think we've done a lot for the world Freddo market. Yeah. People are now going to be people watching this. They might perhaps but more likely they're in their little corner shop and they're normally going Snickers, Mars, other brands are available. Yeah. But suddenly that little frog that they haven't had since a kid that hasn't been on their radar, they think, oh, it's a Freddo. I'll have one of them. Yeah.
Tell us if you've had a Freddo. We'd like to know.
We'd like to hear your Freddo stories. I'm almost certain.
Oh dear.
So thanks Ross.
Cool. So now we're on to kind of new comments. So I think there are comments about what we could talk about.
Okay.
That's it, kind of a retrospective on the last episode. So
new topics.
Yeah, and it was a long episode last time, and we won't usually be that long. It was more just.
We hadn't done it for a few weeks, so there was a lot of comments to catch up on.
Yeah. So Steve Crow, who acts as the Northwest Gaming Centre campaign on YouTube.
Oh yeah. I was like, when you said Steve Crow, I didn't know who you meant. Which Steve Crow? The Northwest Gaming Centre,
Cool. Well, I was just thinking of his what he's typing in on the YouTube channel.
Northwest Gaming Campaign, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Can't remember the name.
Just the YouTube name. He asked what our dream SBG tournament would be, and we thought that was quite fitting.
Our dream SBG. That's a good question.
Yes,
that is cool.
He said, he'd like to know about any little perks or house rules. Build me some worthy of Freddos.
That's a strange sentence.
Yeah.
That's a really odd word choice.
Yeah.
What is that?
The teabag had split. I've just got teabag in my mouth.
The great news is no one swore, so that can stay in. They'll love that.
Ugh.
Brilliant stuff.
You did that. I made the tea.
I did that deliberately.
I made the tea. Deliberate tea.
Good. So, our dream tournament.
Yeah. We'd make proper tea without the tea bag splitting. We don't have tea though. That is one thing high up the menu.
Ever since, this is not a joke, the first Slayer tournament, when they were in their old premises, was the first tournament I've been to where people would bring you tea in a real mug, and if you like tea, it's brilliant.
And it was blooming freezing that day.
Yeah. Blooming freezing. So it's quite a tiring game. People don't get that a lot. I think that playing in a tournament setting.
Well, it's tiring playing for an hour and a half against you, I must admit.
Hey. And particularly when you're normally standing up.
Yes.
So it does get a bit of physical training, and tea helps with this. Yeah. And so having that was the kind of thing I was, wow. And then you start going to, like, I know they do it at the North West Gaming Centre, you can get a mug of tea there, and obviously Slayer now do it. And that has become an absolute staple.
Yes.
I don't want a bottle of water or a bottle of Coke now, I want tea. So genuinely, for me, good tea provision would be high up there. I don't mind paying for it.
No.
It's normally like...
You just put it on
50p in it.
GBHL James tab, don't you?
That was just the once.
Yeah. And and Jamie can look forward to this now.
He does. Jamie's so into the tea. Oh, it was a thing of beauty at the doubles tournament, right? We were playing our game against James and Jamie where they smashed us mercilessly into the ground. And at the start I went, do you want a drink? And Jamie went, I'll have a cup of tea. And I was like,
yeah.
And then he was there, he was with his mug, and we...
Did he review the mug?
Nah, just blue Slayer mug. But it was just seeing him there with tea, and that was like, it's great to see. Okay. So yeah, tea.
Tea. What else? Scenarios?
Some
scenarios. Always good. I quite like it when there's a kind of a mix. So if there's some new scenarios and some... What are you...
You don't want recon 6 times. I want to mix this scenario. I don't want the same one.
What are we playing this round? It's recon.
It's recon. If you haven't seen our pack, it's recon 7 times. You're gonna love it. Got an all hero.
The last one's with a twist.
It's recon, but you're on the other side of the table. Yeah, so sorry.
Yeah, I quite like a mix where you've got some of the sourcebook or rulebook scenarios and then some custom ones. It's nice to learn to have maybe two or three that are kind of either modified or new.
Yeah.
Because it depends what kind of tournament it is. James had a big effort and did all of them changed, and it did work. It's just quite difficult. It depends on how much time you have, etc. But if you're not really got the time to read through it before the tournament and play test it, it means that you're going to be playing it for the first time in the tournament, and it's difficult.
I think the issue with that is how serious you want to take the tournament.
Yeah.
Because I remember...
Because you were taking it seriously.
Yeah, I was taking that seriously. Realistically, I didn't do any playtesting for it because it was like, there's no point in playtesting this because there's 7 scenarios that are all brand new, and I haven't got time. I won't be able to play 7 games, let alone multiple versions of them.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're going for fun, you can essentially not care, rock up to the table, and as he said, there was a couple of issues with some of them, but a lot of them were really good fun. And so it's nice to play something different. Yeah. But I like in the scenario thing. I like it when even just the makeup of them different. There's only 9 normal ones, including Destination Smell, but the same 4 seem to come up. Yeah. Like a lot. There's always to the death. There's always hold ground. Yeah. And I'm not saying we've got those. Oh, have we? Spoilers. Like in ours, but perhaps with slight variations. Yeah. And I like recon. I think recon's an interesting game.
That and high ground are the ones that tend to be dropped.
And I think recon really changes up the weighting, I guess, in armies in a way that other ones don't. I think you need recon there personally to balance to the death.
Yeah, no, exactly. To make people have a decision over whether they can I take all hero to this tournament and be competitive? Can I take a horde to this tournament and be competitive? You need to have that mix so that people have a challenge.
I would also like the last scenario to not be one that favours an army.
Yeah, that favours a horde or favours all heroes. So don't do it Lords of Battle, and don't do Hold Ground.
Yeah, Lords of Battle and to the death very much favour all hero.
Yeah.
And things like
and things finish on to the death quite often.
Yeah, and it cost me last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think Domination's a good one to finish on.
I agree. Domination's a good one to finish on.
Because anyone can win Domination.
Yeah.
Even if you've got very few models, it's because they're 25%.
Yeah, James Bond one with a dragon.
Yes, that's just a dragon.
Just a dragon.
That's fairly spectacular.
It's impressive. So yeah, the scenario makeup, but then the thing is, everyone, I've always moaned about to the draft. I think Jamie thinks it's his favourite scenario.
Yeah.
So, everyone feels differently about that, but obviously that scenario makeup is important.
Yeah.
Points value.
I don't know. It depends. I really like the small tournaments, 350 points. But it was really nice that time when we went to Mansfield and did 1,000 points. It was pretty intense.
Good tournament.
I think that about 750, so you can get the big stuff in.
Yeah.
It all depends. It's nice to have a mix. But
I don't like the
for the ideal tournament, I think about 750, something like that. Because the games then aren't too like if it goes badly, you're not there for 2 hours being like, well, this is going really badly.
I think once you get to 700 points, you can have a few different warbands, whatever army you're using. You get to play with some fun stuff.
You can
or you go right back down to about, like you say, 350, which makes it really, really interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't really like 500, 600 points because it's whatever army I use, it tends to be just bang in the middle, and it's like, oh, do I take that or that? Or,
yeah.
I always enjoy the tournaments, obviously, but I don't enjoy the army selection bit as much. So for me, I would go high points. Dream tournament.
What about the evening?
Curry and beer, please.
I think a quiz is definitely
a quiz. Big fan of a quiz. Yeah, this is Dream Tournament. We're wishlisting. There should be a quiz.
Quiz is a related quiz.
Yeah, obviously, Lord of the Rings come with a quiz.
Yeah.
Quizzes are fun and it makes it an activity.
Yeah.
But yeah, the massive change in the community in the last year and a half-ish since that Preston one, as we always say. Which was October, so a year and 3 months.
The one that I wasn't at.
Weren't there?
Well, I was there, but didn't go out.
Didn't go. Brilliant. That since then, the whole idea of everyone going out for a meal together and having some drinks together, and everyone now plans where they stay. For the events, and there's becoming some regular haunts. So the evening activity, I think, is important.
Yeah. No, definitely. I don't know if there's much more to say, but yeah, it's nice to have that. Just not staying out too late.
No.
Because you want to be alright for the next day.
Not going to Roxy.
No. Going back to the tournament, it's nice to have a themed tournament. I really like how Titans did do theirs, like the Shadow and Sorcery one and all of those, where there's a theme to all of the scenarios. You can see what they're trying to do. Yeah, the
Shadow. Cool. They've done it a few times, haven't they? But Shadow and Sorcery, I think, was the best version of it because they had the spider one as well. So you had the scenario,
and they've made all the models for it.
I meant that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the same one. The custom scenario wasn't just fluff. It was that there was a spider on the board, which would have been in Dol Guldur and that kind of thing. And then you got a free wizard, but it had to be one like a White Council or a Necromancer.
It was cool.
And
they had a lot of cool custom prizes like best Necromancer conversion.
Yeah.
So,
and I think, there's no point in us denying this now. Yeah. It's convenient that you asked the question of what's our dream tournament as today our rules pack gone on, because we've kind of made our dream tournament.
And we're trying to we've drawn on what we've really liked from other tournaments and put that in, but we think the cup aspect is pretty original.
That was something I've wanted to for a long time. It's tough to make work because of the numbers. The idea that you wouldn't have a Swiss ranked thing, that you would just have a kind of knockout thing.
And we the pre-Throne of Schools tournament was a knockout
front runner. And so that, and obviously doubles is the other thing. What about doubles, singles?
I really like doubles.
I like doubles. It's fun.
It encourages more fun.
It does.
Definitely.
Really does.
And the Games Workshop double tournaments that I've been to have been superb. It's a real shame that they didn't do it last year.
Hopefully that massive Throne of Skulls attendance though will
hopefully
make them rethink that maybe. But yeah, I like the fact, again, the thing that I think doubles helps is it encourages you, it doesn't make you, it encourages you to come up with nice alliances and themed alliances, and we have gone a step further in the way we've done it. That we debated a long time, I think, not just in the run up to this, but when we were talking about Everrun and talking about how far you can go to make people bring
a bit like armies. The German team.
Yes, that we talked about.
Where there's rules in place for how you can build your army, and we've imposed a little bit of that.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that you don't want to go.
We've not banned any models.
No, there's no ban model. I said, I think a while back on here actually, that I wouldn't mind, and this is like last year, if someone said at this tournament you can't take more than whatever 5 ferals.
Yeah.
And it was like you can't take more than X number of elite troops. Yeah. You can only take 1 Fel Beast. You can only take 2 Galathrian Cook Guard. Whatever. Like the troops that are being spammed by competitive lists get limited. And I would and then the ultimate thing is what you end up with is pages and pages of lists of every troop under the sun, which no one wants. And so we went down. One thing that I've always liked the idea of doing, which is what we've done for the doubles, is that you have to bring it from one army list.
Yeah.
So it's double, so each player in ours, each player's army has to come from one army list, not one book.
Yeah.
And what that means is you can take Alfred. Alfred's not banned, but you need, ours are 400 points per player. You need 400 points of Lake Town if you want to bring Alfred. You can take a Shade, but you need 400 points of Angmar.
Yeah, and then it makes it not a theme.
Yeah, and then the other thing is that your partner can't take the same list.
No. But I mean, we will concede that if someone comes up with a really nice list that contains both parts, then we can waive that kind of thing. We're not
in the name of fluff.
Yes.
Yeah. If someone's come up with an incredibly themed army, that's our kind of thing is almost that they've handicapped themselves competitively in the name of fluff, and it doesn't quite fit that. We're willing to look on, and that I like that because the idea is that at the tournament that we're running, people should have more fun armies, which should mean their games are more fun, which should mean they have more fun.
Yeah.
And this is, this is ours obviously, but this is what I would like to see. Yeah. I would be well up for more tournaments where someone just went, you can't have any cavalry, or you can only have cavalry.
Yeah.
Or, just something completely different like that.
Yeah.
That as long as you know in advance before you pay for your ticket, I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing that we've done is there's a different game that's going to be played in this one.
So excited about this. We can talk about this now.
We can. It'll take a while if we want to talk about it properly. But it's not 100% original, but it's modified now. Yes. I really need the loo.
Do you want a cut?
Yeah.
Better? Good.
Right. Where are we? We're going to talk about the special scenario. I don't know whether we want to go into it too much.
I don't have to go into detail, but this was an idea about your dream tournament, so you wanted to mention the fact that we have like a mini game.
Yes,
I guess.
Which doesn't count, well, a tiny bit. It counts a tiny bit towards the tournament, but it's more just to have a bit of fun on the Sunday evening because it's over a bank holiday.
Tournament. It's the first day evening. Again, you use that dirty F word.
Dirty F word? Fun.
That putting... We've deliberately tried to do that to make it do things that... There's a game at this tournament that won't help you in your position in the tournament, but it will help you in your later games.
Yeah.
Which is something a bit different and a bit kooky, and that's what I like. Whenever you go to an event and there's something that makes you go and go, oh... that's different. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we hope, and we've deliberately placed that in its position because it's then as everyone goes off to the pub.
Yeah. So everyone should be in a good frame of mind.
It hopefully means the last game on day one is going to be deeply, deeply relaxed.
Yes.
And a lot of fun.
Yes.
What about prizes? Does that make a?
Yeah, I think definitely. Prizes have never made me want to try to win the tournament, but I just like it when a tournament has good prizes.
I think prizes make people want to go.
Yeah, definitely.
I think for me it's replica stuff that gets me. Like I'm not doing it. I'm obviously not trying myself. That's not the word, but I'm not being as competitive this year. But the things that would make me think, oh, should I dig something out? Or,
Tariel's knife.
Yeah, Tariel's knife. I won that. I won it the first time. It wasn't there. You Mr. Pig. Well, it's alright, I'm over.
Yeah.
But the coolest one, my favourite trophy I've got from any event is the key.
Yes.
That I got from Shadow Sorcerer with Tariel's, the Mercury Gal.
That's cool.
And that is, I like it, it's great when they have credit, and you essentially get money and you get your money back.
Yeah.
But I always see cash prizes as the fact that at some point down the line I would have that cash and I would probably spend it on money, whereas I would never have bought that key.
No.
And then when they're engraved,
yeah, it's cool.
It's then you go having Sting up on the wall, and stuff, and that's engraved, and you build up a little collection of. It's not just some more models in your case. Yeah. That's it. But there's sometimes nice prizes for best army.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, like prizes that you wouldn't have normally, I think that you wouldn't pay money for normally because it's like not the sort of extravagance you can have.
So that's why we've got replicas as our prizes.
Yeah, absolutely. But
we think we've got cool prizes.
We think we've got cool prizes, yeah. But that's something actually rewarding different things, giving good prizes or bonuses for best painted, most sporting.
Yeah, no, that
best
you
army,
have to do
those
that,
kind of things.
Definitely.
Because I think those are really important parts of the tournament.
Wooden spoon as well. Yeah, you've got to recognise those things.
So prizes, scenarios, points.
I think we've done.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, there you go, Steve. Good question. I was interested in thinking about it. Those are the things. So, put all that in a tournament, and I'll go.
Cool. We also got asked about had we heard about the rumour that the source books were potentially going to be reprinted, because obviously there's been a lot of anguish about the prices on eBay for some of them, and there's been quite a few new people or people who haven't picked up the source books yet who really need them to be able to push on with playing the game.
You get into the game,
and then you have
to play with elves.
Yeah.
I can't get the rules.
Yeah. Unless I pay £30 on eBay. So what do we think about the rumours?
It's not a rumour, is it? It's happening.
Definitely happening?
I think so. Like, there's been a lot of GW staff have now confirmed it.
Yeah.
They are happening, they are being reprinted.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good. I'm all right with this supply and demand thing, but just if anyone did run out just before they sold out and buy a load of them to then sell at a profit on eBay, I'm kind of like, good. I'm glad this has happened. It's like all those people who went and bought up Space Hulk the first time when it came back on sale, and then just to flog them on eBay. But it's great, and it means that all these players are going to be able to get them. But go out and get them. It's got to go both ways.
Yeah.
It's like if I haven't been able to get them for ages, then I think they will be back on sale pretty soon. And go and buy them all because they won't be on sale forever.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people had emailed Games Workshop about this kind of thing. I certainly got in contact with them, and I got a reply saying that it had been raised in a management meeting from the person I was talking to. So you were
asking about ebooks as well, weren't you?
Yeah, that was what I'd originally suggested to them, was that because it was like, well, why aren't they reprinting? Surely they see that people still want them. So I don't know how much it'd cost, but it should be pretty cheap to convert them into PDF that they could sell.
It would literally cost nothing to turn it into a PDF. It would cost something to turn it into like an interactive book, but to turn it into a PDF, you just export it. Yeah. Which you're right, is baffling. That why wouldn't they just? But then their interactive books are quite good.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't want to do it. Oh, they did it for the. They do it for like the
Battlefly Army. So that's what I.
And they give that away for free, don't they?
Yeah.
So maybe PDFs they give away free.
But they sell it. No, it's now on the website. It's Fiverr.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, we're really happy that that's happening. The next rumour that's been asked about, so that was John Kennelly who asked about that one.
It's kind of linked to the next one.
Yeah, he also asked about the extending the licence, and so did Lonely Brick.
Yeah. So this is now a rumour.
Yes.
That supposedly in the last couple of weeks it's come through, or whenever they did it, but the rumours come out in the last couple of weeks, that GW have extended the licence for both the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit.
Yes.
Which is fairly surprising news.
Yes. Well,
I think.
I don't think off the back of Smaug sales that it is.
But even then, on one model to...
Yeah, but think how much they make every time they produce it.
How many Frodos they could get with the money they made off all the songs.
Why would you not keep the licence on?
So this is good news.
Yeah.
This is great. Let's start with the positives.
Yeah.
That they supposedly extended it, which means they will keep supporting this game.
Yeah, at least selling it.
Selling, yeah.
I think the key thing is they'll have a lot of stock. So if they lose the license, they have redundant stock.
Yeah, because this is the thing. It then leads into the second rumor of late, which we are repeating rumors here. This may not be true. You must treat them with a grain of salt. But this is a rumor doing the rounds that there is going to be a new 30k game coming out in May. So for the Horus Heresy stuff, a kind of plastic set. There have always been what Forge World had been done up to this point.
Yeah.
But GW are going to be making a starter set for it as a new game, which will require new shelf space. And the rumour goes, that's going on the space that SBG is currently on.
Yeah.
So the rumours going around, and don't shoot us.
Yeah.
We're just these are out there. They may be true, they may not be. That come May time, SBG won't be available in the shops anymore, and will go direct only. Thoughts?
Potentially. You'd have thought they'd keep it till after the DVD was released. Or at least, do you see what I mean?
They've never. I mean, none of their releases have ever had anything to do with the DVDs, really. Like, I think people often say this, but if you go and look at last year,
marketing.
Yeah, but I don't know. They're not. The films aren't as big as the Lord of the Rings were. Like last year, they released Lake Town in January, and then they released the Gundabads at some point. They didn't correlate with the DVD release. No. And they've released nothing for The Hobbit around the extended editions the last 2 years. Like, so I don't think that particularly bothers them. But it isn't the most surprising news in the world to hear if SBG did go direct only. So what that means is that you wouldn't be able to buy it in the shop, but it would still be on the website.
Yeah,
you could still order from
You can still do it in the shop, you just have to do it over the computer. You can't pick it up in the shop and physically take it out.
Which, on an emotional level, straight off, we're obviously assuming this is true, because otherwise no point discussing it. It's sad.
Yeah.
Knowing that after, what would it be, 13 years, you won't be able to get Lord of the Rings models in a Games Workshop like that. It's sad. You won't be able to walk in and have a look at them. What do you think it means for the game?
I think it depends how people get into it, whether they get into it by going to the shop, seeing the model, thinking it's cool.
Yeah.
Some people will do that, but I think it'd be harder to attract people, definitely, if it's not in the shops.
Yeah. I also think if this is true, and I've kind of thought this for a while now, but if it is true, there's no more releases.
No.
If they are taking it out of the shop, we're not getting Nain, we're not getting Pigs, anything like that. Because
when it goes, that's
it's a lot like specialist games. For anyone who doesn't know this, how long you've been in the hobby or how old you are, but things like Necromunda, Warmaster, Mordheim that you've all heard of used to be available in the shops. Kind of normally one at a time. They normally sell one for about 2 years and then bring the next one out. And then they're on the website for years under a tab called Specialist Games. And they were just sitting there and everyone was quite happy and you could go and buy your models, and then they just gradually ran them all down and then now they're gone. And I think that's it. And the supposed idea is if they don't renew the Lord of the Rings license, they can't continue to sell the models they already have.
No.
Which makes a lot of sense. I've never done a licensing deal for merchandise with a major film studio, surprisingly enough. But that makes an awful lot of sense. If you don't have the license anymore, you can't keep selling them. No. So the decision to extend them is not, in my opinion...
It's a bit of a no-brainer.
Yeah, but it's not because, there's an upsurge in interest in the game, we now need to support it. It's so that we can keep selling the stock we have. There's also, to find the positive in it, there's not going to be anything else coming out, but what would there be? Dane and Pigs, fair enough, but what this means is if they've extended it for 3 years, 4 years, it's on the website for another 4 years. You can go and buy the rules for another 4 years and buy the models for another 4 years, and no one's tinkering with it.
No.
You know, all the rumours about fantasy that are going on at the moment, with it blowing up the world and everything. And like, you know, every couple of years they're going to change your favourite game.
Yeah.
It's like, if this is the last edition of SBG, I'm very happy with that.
Yeah.
As a core set of rules that you just keep playing. And the key thing is, people have always said, the game lasts as long as you play it.
Yeah, it's up to, as I guess, you kind of say on the channel, it's up to you guys really, all of us to keep it going.
And support your hobby, if you will.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that? It'd be interesting to know, like, if it is it nonsense, for one thing? Is it utter nonsense? You'll still be able to buy the stuff in the shops for months? Or, if it's not, and it does go, what does it mean for the game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
And I believe that's it for this week.
Yeah.
Another exciting episode of the Palantir.
Hopefully. Not as many segments this time.
No, I think we've cut down and we're back to a slim and trim sort of
trim. Lean.
A lean hour and 5 minutes or so, I believe, something in that ilk.
Yeah.
And we will be back next week.
Yes.
So, yeah, as ever, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Support your hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming.
Boom.
Man.
You go.
Oh god.
I saved you one.
Good job.